Hello, welcome to this week's video from me and the felines of the house. We'll start off the video with a little bit of the front yard. We did a little bit of work on planting some of those native plants, and then the rest of the yard and all sorts of things. We got new shirts. They have good shirts this year at the Pictured Rocks Road Race where Gary and I volunteered. Sneak preview, sneak peek, sneak whatever. Spoiler alert, I guess is what I should say. This is a spoiler alert that you might see a little bit of that. But it was the 50th anniversary of the Pictured Rocks Road Race. And we met two runners who have run all 50 years. And we met one runner this was his 41st year, I believe it was. So that was really cool. And it's just a beautiful time of year and a beautiful day, and everything's going to happen today. And at the very end of this video, I'll take you outside for a review of where all the plants are, because everything's looking, well, not everything. A lot of things are looking good, but we have a long way to go. Anyway, lots of exciting stuff. So I hope you enjoy the video. Hello, look at those beautiful irises. The kitty loves them. Very nice. These are the native plants I transplanted. Wild strawberry. So we'll see what happens with these over time. It won't be this year that it will be really great, but hopefully in the future. And then I planted just a bunch of marigold seeds and other flower seeds I had there just to fill it in for now. Hopefully, we'll see. These are the irises and other flowers. blooming. So pretty. There he goes. We were gone for 4 days, and look at how high the lawn. I don't know if you can tell how the lawn is, but it's a hot mess. So, because the sun never goes down. So here we go. Oh, nice. So we are on a Park Service nature walk. Carol's visiting some buddies over there. Ooh, it's pretty songbirds. Okay. This is the Marshland Boardwalk in Pictured Rocks. Oh, those are wild irises. Yeah, they are pretty. Wild. They are so wild. Lots of cedar trees.
I think what that.
Look at the beautiful purple flowers.
Wild irises.
I love them.
There's cedars over here. I fixed some of this. Ooh, nice. I love woodland birds.
Oh, it makes the sounds. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this one. You have to do with it. Is this top? No, that one's good.
It is not good. What is that?
A red wing flag.
All right, my friends. We got a clipboard. Perfect. These, just as a side note, these were just installed. The new signage is this season. So after a program, feel free to make another lap too, because there's a lot of good stuff that I won't be necessarily covering in this program. But with that, I posed a question of what happens when a filtration system goes missing. Any thoughts?
Dirty water.
Gross. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, that nailed it for you. So marshes or wetlands are defined by kind of, you're seeing like these shrubbery plants, non-wooded plants. Where in a marsh system, there are 3 different types of marshes that are categorized. We are in the freshwater marsh. There's saltwater, which, you know, Lake Superior, we don't have here. The next one is tidal marshes as well that are also in between those oceans and stuff. But we have freshwater ecosystem wetland here. So if you can think about it, rain or material come through, filter through this marsh, and then eventually all the water is ending into Lake Superior. So it's nice when you go on Sandpoint, you can actually kind of see what this marsh wetland ecosystem is doing.
We're in Escanaba in the lighthouse. And here's Carol. And here's Gail. And here's Lake Michigan. And here's Ludington Park. And we're at the top of the lighthouse. That's what this is.
And it's very warm.
And it's very warm. So Carol and I are happy, but Gail's not. And we're going down because we got here 5 minutes before they close, of course. So it's time to see if the museum is also closing. So here we go, a little outside action. One down. Here's some lighthouse keeper quarters. Or park. Coming downstairs. Everybody's looking at the turkeys. Roy, you don't care? Really? I had to wake him up. Come see the turkeys. Bubby, this is their thing. A bunch of big birds in the little yard. Come on. Come here, Bubby. Come here, Roy. Come see the turkeys. Come see the turkeys. Come see the turkeys. Come see the turkeys. I'm more excited than he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And one has a limp. The one in the back. Oh, it's not gonna work. Let's get in the screen. I like how they don't abandon their injured baby. Ooh. Big poop. Fun. Big turkeys in the front yard. Roy, you want to see turkeys? These are called garlic scapes. They grow on a maturing garlic plant, and you cut them off so that these don't take all the energy from the rest of the garlic plant. And then people say these make really good pesto. So I'm going to be washing these up, making pesto out of them, and then that's what we'll have on our dinner. I think I'll make a little like pasta primavera with pesto with some green onions. So this is interesting. Smells like onion, I guess. So the recipe is garlic scapes, Parmesan, olive oil, lemon juice, black pepper. We'll see. See you when we're eating. Gary,
Yes.
how is your garlic scape pesto pasta?
It's awesome.
Yeah?
Very garlicky, very strong. It's delicious.
There it is up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have other news for your fans?
I am now 25 minutes unemployed. Retired. Boom.
Do you feel different?
I feel not very different, actually.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, enjoy your celebratory meal.
Thank you. I will.
Great.
Oh my God, now I've got to shift my hair. You can't raise them. So they have to go like 7, and then I need a medium.
Medium.
All right.
worry about weeding onions so much is that it's so easy to weed them super quick because you know exactly where they are and what they look like.
Right.
So like you can just go through.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't worry so much about onions. I think any farmer you would go to, unless they have the black plastic down, they're gonna have weedy onions. My weeds that I have to worry about the most are this guy. This is
Lamb's quarter.
yeah, lamb's quarter. This is supposedly edible, but that is one of my weeds that, while it's prolific, that is a super easy one to pull. Like, you don't even have to, and that's the whole root system. Right. Because when you're pulling a weed, a lot of people, you know, just rip at the base, but then you're still leaving that root. It's going to grow. So I like weeding after a rain, like this soil right now, that is perfect weeding soil, because then you can just go through and super quick pull. This
so this starts your onion patch right here.
Yeah, that is
and
onion.
it goes
Yep, and it goes to here, and then there's another onion patch over there that's even weedier, actually.
Okay.
That, like, that's a problem spot of my field.
And then to the left of your onions, peas.
Yeah, they got eaten a month ago, and I just
Right.
She'll be replanted this week too. I didn't want to replant them before the bunnies were gone. That's also why I'm behind, because I didn't want to plant everything and then have her eat them.
Oh yeah.
I know you are. And then this is like probably my biggest problem weed. I call it pig's ear. I don't know. Alex, do you have like a real name for it? Pig's ear is what I was taught.
Yeah. Escaping me right now.
So it is super hardy. It has a taproot that is, okay, like I said, again, beneficial because that's pulling up moisture from way down, but it is not a beneficial plant. So it is really, I can see this big one over here. Hold on.
It's not burdock.
No, not burdock. Burdock I can show you over there.
It's a type of dock.
It is a type of dock,
Like
yeah.
this one, right?
Yeah, right there. So these guys are, like, all of those tall guys are the same thing. So those are flowered right now, and they need to be cut before going to seed, obviously. The hard thing about these is they are so deep that they rarely come out like that, and then you break them off, and then they're like, oh, hell yeah, let me grow more. And then they grow 10 times the offshoots of that.
Wow.
They never pull out like that. That was it showing off, let me tell you. So that is probably my biggest, hey, son! That's probably my biggest problem weed in this field.
Interesting.
I have been eradicating it throughout this part of the field, but then this part has been very hard. But once I weed whack and till it, I think I might have to resort to black plastic over there for a year, just to kind of get in control of it.
And so your clover, you're just gonna let. I mean, it's nice.
That's my
right?
walkway. Yeah. So there's a walkway over here, and then a walkway there, and a walkway through the kind of front quarter.
And you just keep it like that. Nice.
Yeah, I mow it.
Yeah.
I mowed that like a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I like I said, I like pathways.
Yeah.
I like you to be able to. A rule of the farm is no stepping in beds because you're compressing the soil.
Right.
So that's why each, these are the markers for the walkways. So each one has a walkway that is as wide as my feet.
Yeah.
I have no other scientific number. It's just as wide as my feet. Or as wide as I'm able to get down here and harvest and not be compressing the bed. And then, like I said, so when I'm pulling, I'm going like this and I'm pulling these up and I'm putting them just right back down here because you can see like this has all been decomposing, and then come fall, I can just pull that back onto the bed. It also helps with water retention. This is gonna soak up water and then dissipate the water.
Yeah.
I don't have erosion problems that way. The only problem I'd say is that the beds each year just get a dip. in them, because you're taking, when you're taking weeds, you want to make sure to be like getting as much of the soil off as possible. But my brain doesn't always follow that. So sometimes you're taking a huge plant and just working quick. So yeah, that's why I like to just chop and drop, as I call it. Some will just chop and drop right in, not with this level of weed infestation, but like if you had, like in the squash patch here, that would be like, you could just disturb the root and leave it there and it's gonna decompose. Yeah.
All right, before we close out the video, we're gonna take a, oh, doesn't it look like looks like, to clean that little, looks hazy. This phone's very old. Anyway, taking a little tour of where everything's at. So we are definitely at the time where we need to start pruning buds off the apple trees. I will show you. See? So that's got to happen. I mean, that's a huge job in and of itself. It'll happen. Not the whole mess, unless we get some crazy wild hair. Maybe a really good book on tape to get us through it. Anyway, beautiful morning. Okay, here we are in the old garden. Still a few things in pots, just because I didn't, anyway, long story. Okay. These two patches clearly, so it should be growing beans around those corn seedlings. Clearly the kind of seeds I used here were no longer viable. I did get them from, I don't know, somebody gave them to me. They were older. So the corners are squash, inside 6 are corn, and then the corn have bean seeds planted around them. That's for all 6 of these beds. So this week I replanted some bean seeds and squash seeds where things have not taken off yet. Here we have all 3 of the 3 sisters have sprouted squash. These are spaghetti squash. Beans, I cannot recall which kind of beans these are. I'd have to look in my notebook. And then the corn is coming up too. I don't know if you can see some of the corn. Okay, here we have some corn that didn't come up, so I replanted those corn. These again are spaghetti squash, and I think those beans that came up are Kentucky pole beans, so green beans. I'm not a huge green bean fan, so a lot of the beans that are on here are going to be bush beans. Anyway, so replanted beans where you don't see anything coming up. Here again, the beans didn't make it, so replanted bean seeds. These squash, I think, are acorn squash. Those are butternuts that came up over there. And these squash, I cannot recall off the top of my head what those are either. But here we have one little bean trying. But anyway, like I said, I replanted, and we'll see if we get beans. We'll see. Over here, we have some sunflowers coming up from very old sunflower seeds. However, it looks like they're getting a tad eaten. I went through here today and de-slugged, but it's possible that it's not even slugs that are munching on these. So we'll just see what happens. Okay, these are, well, they were nasturtium, and then the nasturtium never sprouted. It was my nasturtium seeds that I propagated. Didn't sprout, so then I planted chamomile. So that's what all those little teeny babies are. That's chamomile. Onions, gorgeous. Garlic, gorgeous. So beautiful. Thank you. If nothing else, So far, so good on the allium family plants. And then over here in this corner, finally, I have a different kind of chamomile that I tried this year. It's interesting. Not as much of it sprouted, but what did sprouted is coming up, nicely. So I don't know. These don't seem to. It's this brand. It's Renee's Garden. Doesn't seem to be quite as good as Burpee's. That's fine. Gotta try all things. Then let's go over to the new garden. I just came over to deslug and water. And then I decided to grab the camera for a little roundup. So the hose has water going into it, but it's turned off. Okay, this is my slug bucket. So I decided instead of putting slugs in my compost pile, that I'll just put them in the bucket, and then it gets hot and they'll disintegrate in there. So that's how we're handling slugs this year. These are all chamomile in various stages of sprouting. Those I planted, I don't know, last week. And these are very newly planted. These are chili peppers. They're just like sustaining themselves. Okay, these should be seeding. This I think maybe is dill. I can't remember what I planted here. Nothing. These were very old something seeds. Can't remember, so I'll have to replant something there. These are watercress. And those are kale. These are the tomatoes. Those guys are just, hanging out. But these are the ones that the kids grew at 4-H. So those guys look great, right? Yeah. Oh well. And then these are a mix of nasturtium and chamomile. Cucumbers. Good luck. These are some kale, sprouts, cabbage. That's cabbage seed that never sprouted. So I'll plant lettuces there. And then potatoes looking good. And then one other thing over here is some more chamomile that already started sprouting. So, good luck, babies. Oh, one of these, no, I was trying to think, maybe some of these are marigolds, but I don't think so. I think they're, anyway, we shall see. And now we're gonna move into the front. Okay, here's my little containerized kale cress, and look, you see this? I don't recall the name of whatever kind of worm this is, but look, can you see? These guys have infiltrated right here. Up there. Just pulled this off. I don't know if you can focus. My camera can focus on that. There. Those are on there, so I have to squish and kill those. So this is really useful. And makes me realize I need to wear my glasses sometimes when I'm out here so I can see, because usually I'm looking for big old slugs. Oh, there's one. So very useful. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off so I can focus on picking these off. The bug situation in the front is totally different than the bug situation in the back. So I noticed these beets. Somebody was eating them. Look who's in there. caterpillar. So that's going in the what's turned into a bug bucket. Very interesting. Let's see, this guy's getting eaten too. I don't know if it's the same dude or a different dude or what, but it certainly is interesting. These guys look okay. This looks okay. Yeah, somebody's getting eaten in here. Don't know who. Don't see him. That's not a bug. That's a stick. So, very interesting situation up front here. This is lettuce. This is, I think, another kind of lettuce. I was thinking this guy right here might be a kohlrabi, so I left him, but this is just a clover. You can see that now. And then I planted, I can't remember what I planted along here. Something, I think a green, or maybe some chamomile. This, I don't think I replanted anything yet. No, I have not. So I need to replant. Potatoes, looking good. Potatoes all need some more soil in them. Carrots, coming along. Peppers are just maintaining their lifestyle. So there's mushrooms, which I guess means it doesn't need any water today. Or at least right now. I'll water maybe at the end of the day. Yeah, look at this guy. Mushroom City. What do you think, you guys? It's not warm enough. That was my chili peppers talking. Potatoes, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I don't see pests so far over here in the potato patch. So we'll see what happens. More carrots. We did see a coon. Actually, the cat saw a coon. Oh, there's a cat now. Cat saw a coon a couple days ago, and man, were they excited. Hi, buddy. Hi. Can you say hi to Grandpa? Hi. You do? You say hi to Grandpa? You too? You're saying hi to Grandpa. Say hi to Grandpa. You guys so good. They want to come out so bad. Don't do that to the screen. Good kitties. You looking for predators? You looking for things in my garden? Thank you. Scare away the pests. I know, baby. It's so cute. All right, so let's finish checking out what's going on over here. Then we have things that I planted in the front here. Let's see. Tomatoes. Thinking about it. I did plant some additional seeds there, so I gotta, ooh, everything, this needs more dirt. This definitely needs more dirt. These were given to me by a friend. One of these is cherry tomatoes, another's tomatillo. So that's nice. These guys are my tomato seedlings. Saddest things you have ever seen in your life. Peas are thinking about it. I learned at garden class this week that people's peas were affected negatively by wildfire smoke. So a lot of people would have had some problems with peas this year. Isn't it interesting? These peas, looks like somebody munched on them. Who's been munching on my peas? I don't see anybody in here, but clearly, I mean, look at that. Somebody's eating my peas. I planted some seeds in there, so I don't know, we'll see. I mean, these tomatoes are just like, yeah, we're just hanging out. Anywhere you see the seed starting mix, I did add some additional seeds. Just, I hit whatever, I think it was like marigolds and stuff that I had left over, or chamomile and stuff, just to get it planted somewhere. Since these clearly are not going wild anytime soon. So that's that. And then here's this front bed that is being taken over by milkweed. So the good news is we like milkweed. The bad news is how much do you like milkweed? But there could be butterfly, there could be monarch seeds in there, so, or you know, eggs in there, so I'm not touching them. Some of these things that are sprouting taller in this bare patch are those native plants that we planted. That's one right there. I know where I planted them, so I can tell. And like these are wild strawberries, and that's one. Anyway, so that the idea is that we try native lawn over here. Those little seedlings that are no longer getting sun are marigolds, so I don't know what's going to happen because of the milkweed. This is wild aster, so I'm just going to let it grow. I like aster. Who doesn't like aster? And then that's not planted intentionally, so I don't really know what that is, but it's not phlox. I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna let it grow. And then yeah, so then come over here. So then this patch, this dirt patch is where the stepping stones were. So some sunflowers over here, seeded. These are morning glories. That might be daisies, morning glories, and then marigolds. This plant took a big spill during a storm. Look at these two. Hey guys. Right into there. So I trimmed all that broken stuff out and got him resettled. So that's that. And I hope you have a great week. We're just gonna keep trying to get things to grow around here and have a good week ourselves. This is Gary's first full week of retirement, so that's really fun for everybody involved. And I love that on his second work day off, you know what he's doing? He's washing his truck. See him back there? It's awesome. It's so good, the way it should be. Alrighty, so have a great week. Thanks for watching.